Ayesh, do you want to speak anything, or can you unmute yourself? Please.
Thank you so much, sir. Hope my screen is visible and I am clearly audible. First of all, a very pleasant evening to everyone. I am Harichandana, and today in this webinar, we will delve into the opportunities, challenges, and transformative experiences that overseas education offers. Get ready for an insightful introduction to the global landscape of learning and discovery. Now, let's go. First of all, what is overseas education or study abroad? Overseas education is a comprehensive term that encompasses a wide range of educational activities, programs, and initiatives that transcend national borders. It involves the exchange of knowledge, skills, and cultural perspectives on a global scale. Now, studying abroad is a global phenomenon, and every year students travel across countries, continents, and seas to embark on a life changing educational experience. They'll face unique challenges, but the benefits are enormous. If you choose to study abroad, you will be guaranteed the experience of a different culture, lifestyle, and climate. Now, what are the contents to be covered in this session are introduction to overseas education, the benefits, types of overseas education programs, selecting the right destination, financial planning, application process, cultural adaptation and support services, and finally, alumni experiences. So, first, in the introduction to overseas education, we will be looking at the definition and scope of overseas education and importance of global perspectives in today's world. International education can be defined as an inclusive term covering various educational approaches and initiatives designed to facilitate global learning experiences. It involves the exchange of students, scholars, and ideas across international borders, aiming to cultivate cultural awareness, cross cultural communication skills, and a global perspective. A global perspective is a view on an issue that either has global influence or takes into account the nature of issue globally. For example, the UN's view on climate change is by definition a global perspective on climate change because it is an international organization with a global influence. So that's what. And some of the benefits of studying abroad are we'll be discussing about academic advantages, career opportunities, and global marketability, and about personal and cultural growth. So, what do we have in overseas education programs? First of all, faculty led programs. A faculty led program is usually 2 to 6 weeks long, but some may last an entire quarter or summer. Led by a faculty from the UO or a partner university, these programs tend to focus on one topic or discipline, allowing for deeper specialization. GEO centers. There are four GEO centers, and those are London, Siena, Segovia, and Oviedo, and they have dedicated on site staff. Some programs may be a month long in the summer, and some may be a semester or a full year. Language learning. These programs focus on the acquisition of language skills and are often very intensive and immersive. Some language learning programs allows a student to bring back a significant number of language credits, even up to the equivalent of 1 year of language coursework. Uh, Exchange programs. Exchange programs are open to US students only, and an exchange allows students to enroll directly at a foreign university for a semester or for an entire academic year. Students have access to most courses that the university offers in a wide range of academic disciplines. Research. Some programs sponsored by GUO involve a research component in addition to the classwork. This includes both field research and lab research. Internships. Some GEO study abroad programs offer internships blended with coursework. Global Works International Internships offers US students full-time international internship opportunities in a wide variety of career sectors and locations. Service learning. Select programs offered by GEO involve service learning opportunities, where The students can earn credits through a service learning placement assisting with local issues in addition to the coursework abroad. And finally, third party sponsored programs. Your students may also consider participating in programs that are sponsored by GEO and approved for UO credit. These programs are operated by organizations such as CIEE, IE3 Global, SIT, and DIS, and add to the wide diversity of programming options available to your students. Now, coming to the most important topic, selecting the right destination. What we'll be discussing is the factors to consider, which means academic reputation, cultural fit, language, etc., and overview of popular study destinations in different countries. So, in a survey of over 20,000 international students, most of them told that when deciding where to study abroad, you choose a country first over a university or a specific type of program. They also told that what you consider the most important factors when choosing a study abroad destination. First of all, understand the industries that are open for you to explore employment opportunities once you have completed your programs. For example, if you wish to make a big in civil engineering, New Zealand is one of the best destinations for you. With the current expansion of construction projects across the country, there is a growing demand for civil engineers with awesome benefits and perks there. And Ireland. Ireland is great for students in the healthcare and pharmaceutical industries. And Australia is the country to be if you are seeking a research opportunities. And several colleges in Canada offer a postgraduate diploma instead of a master's degree. And similarly, the UK offers two kinds of masters, thought and research. You should also check for the academic scores required. Do you fulfill the same? Would you be required to take an additional test apart from the English proficiency test? Do you think you would be able to extract time from your schedule to prepare for additional tests such as GMAT or GRE? We'll be discussing about them. And applying to a university requires collating all your documents such as statements of purpose, letter of recommendation, curriculum vitae, which means CV, and transcripts from your school and colleges and etc. And ensure that you have all this in a place before you choose and your intake begins. If you don't have enough time for all these formalities, consider going for the next intake. We will be having number of intakes in a particular year such as spring, fall, summer and winter. So you can always have the next intake and check for the visa entry requirements of the destination you are interested in. Each country has a different set of rules to abide by, and sometimes visa processing may take more time than expected. And also, visa processing costs vary for each country. If you'd require, our counselors can help you understand the visa processes with ease. Now, what do we have to consider mostly? Assessing academic reputation. The students should look for universities that have a high global ranking, accreditation, and recognition in their chosen field of study. They can consult reliable sources to compare different universities and programs based on various indicators such as academic quality, research impact, faculty reputation, student satisfaction, and employability. If they are interested in studying computer science, for example, they may want to consider universities such as Massachusetts Institute of Technologies (MIT), Stanford University, or Carnegie Mellon University, which are ranked among the top 10 in the world for this subject by QS World University Rankings. And considering affordability and post graduation prospects, which means what you are going to do after completion of your masters, after completion of your post graduation, what you are going to do. So those benefits and prospects and quality of life and safety. Studying abroad is not only about academics, it is also about enjoying the life in a new country and culture. Individuals should consider the quality of life and safety of the country they are considering, including factors such as healthcare facilities, transportation system, climate, social environment, recreational activities, and cultural diversity. If they are planning to study in New Zealand, they may enjoy its high quality of life and safety ratings, as the New Zealand ranked second in the World Happiness Report of year 2021, which measures how happy the people are based on factors such as social support, freedom, trust, generosity, and health. New Zealand also ranked second in the world in the Global Peace Index in the year 2020. And you should also check for support services for international students. And to talk about personal preferences, you should also consider your personal preferences when choosing a destination, which includes the climate and weather of the country, culture and customs of the people, food of the region, safety and security of the environment, and travel and leisure opportunities in the country. Now, to conclude this, choosing the right country and university for your study abroad experience is a critical decision that requires a thorough research and consideration of multiple factors. By assessing academic reputation, affordability, post graduation prospects, quality of life, safety, and support services, and everything. And next, after choosing the right destination, after choosing your interested country to study for masters or some post graduation, financial planning is important. So, cost considerations and budgeting, scholarships, grants, and financial aid options. You should take into account the tuition fees, accommodation expenses, living costs, travel, and personal expenses. So, you should always plan your finances in advance. We have several options here. If we talk about them, if you can afford the full amount of fees and all the expenses, you can proceed with that. Or else, you can take education loans by submitting collaterals or sureties. And there are also some schemes on behalf of our government for financial aid and support through the scholarships. We have state government scholarships and central government scholarships for overseas education. We can go through that. And if there isn't any possibility with any of the options above, then we can help you with the bank statements through some third party sources by depositing the required amount into your accounts for certain months by considering the collateral securities that you have, and which includes some percentage of interest amount that needs to be paid, and it would help you to get through the visa procedure and until you will reach the university classroom. And don't shy away from getting a part-time job. Actually, part-time job is prohibited, but however, they can do odd jobs for earning money to cover their expenses. Though the F1 visa, part-time jobs are not allowed as it violates the terms of the visa. But one can do odd jobs such as a delivery boy, cashier at some restaurant, or something like that, or some petrol bunk. Uh, the students can work like that and open a bank account abroad. So, in which country you are going to study, you can open a bank account there, and you can also take an education loan. And so, the financial planning is also the most important factor to consider to study overseas. So, the next one is application process. So, how to apply for foreign universities? Let us see. Applying to a foreign universities can be complicated, but there are plenty of resources out there to help you. If you are struggling with some steps, don't be afraid to reach us. Once you have settled on where and what you are going to study abroad, here are the few steps to be taken. First of all, pick a program. You need to choose what program you are going to study and check the admission requirements. Before applying, be sure that you qualify for your program of choice, not the deadline, so you can apply on time. You can also find helpful advice on the government websites to confirm that your nationality is accepted. And consider the acceptance rates of your desired program. If there is a low acceptance rate, come up with a backup plan. And we are there to guide you with that one also. And acceptance rates for international students in the United States were an average of 43.8% for their national universities. And next, gather your documents. Once you are ready to apply, get your paperwork together. Some of the common documents you will need to study abroad are transcripts from your school and graduation, passport and ID, recommendation letters, motivation letter, and exams. You may also need to have your documents translated if they are not in your language from what you will be studying. If you are not sure, reach out to the admissions department to find out of the particular university which you are going to opt. Register for an entrance exam. If your program has an entrance exam, register right away. There are a lot of different exams out there, so you'll need to find out which specific ones you need when applying. They generally fall in two types. One is aptitude tests and another one is English proficiency tests. While talking about aptitude tests, we'll be having SAT, GMAT, and GRE, three exams. And to talk about English proficiency tests, we have IELTS, TOEFL, and PTA. These also three exams. And after attempting these exams and qualifying them, you can book an interview. An admission interview is common for select programs at schools like University of Oxford. In general, you can expect them to ask questions like why do you want to study there and what is your background and what are your future plans. So these are the most common questions to be asked in those interviews. And as with any interview, practicing beforehand and being confident is the best way to crack it. And finally, book a visa appointment. After you have passed the interview, you can finally book an appointment for the student visa. This is usually straightforward, and you will do it as after you get the letter of acceptance to your university. First of all, you need to get the letter of acceptance, and then you can proceed for that. Some of the documents you will need are application form, your passport, medical and background information, receipt of payment for your university tuition fee, and bank statements. So these are actually required for application process, and this is what the steps that you will be following during the procedure of uh, overseas education. So overseas education in USA. For example, we are considering one of the country here and check for complete procedure. First of all, overseas education in USA. With the largest number of top ranked universities renowned for their wide range of quality degree programs and courses, the USA has become a perfect choice for students studying abroad. Called the land of opportunities, the USA, with its top notch universities, curriculum, and multicultural environment, will offer you a perfect avenue to grow academically, culturally, and socially. Get ready to study abroad in USA. The colleges offer a bachelor's degree to undergraduates, whereas technical schools offer a 4-year degree course. International students form a total of 5.5% of higher education students. The USA offers more universities than any other country in the world. Don't forget that. And applying for courses in the USA. How to apply for courses in USA? Shortlist your university first or institute as per your career interest. Fill out the application form of your chosen university and appear for English proficiency test, IELTS or TOEFL. If selected, pay an advance after receiving the acceptance letter from the university. To talk about the requirements, you will be requiring a high school degree with the SAT score and English proficiency test score from IELTS or TOEFL. Letters of recommendations, at least 2 or 3 are required. Must statements of purpose, school transcripts, correctly filled application form, a valid passport and visa. So why study in USA? Why are we considering the country USA here? It is a globally renowned academic excellence and flexible education environment, excellent support systems for international students, cultural rich diversity, active and vibrant campus life, optimized classroom experiences, and vast employment opportunities. You will be having a number of career opportunities after pursuing masters in the USA. If we say some of the frequently asked questions, how one can study abroad in the USA. If you are planning to pursue higher studies in the USA, you would require all your educational certificates and besides that a decent CV and IELTS or TOEFL score and SAT score, letters of recommendation and a great personal essay are also required. And how much does it cost to study abroad in the USA? The average cost to pursue higher studies in the USA ranges between $15,000 to $50,000 per year, 15 to 50. Don't get confused. Per university tuition fees. Besides that, a student also shells out approximately $10,000 to $12,000 annually on his or her living expenses. On average, the costs to study at a public university come around $24,000 and a private university costs around $32,000. So this is about the cost estimation to study in the universities in USA, in the country USA. And what is the best course to study in USA? USA provides all sorts of popular courses which are in high demand and provide better job prospects. But some of the best courses to study in USA for international students which are in hot in job market and provide better skill sets are computer science, mechanical engineering, data science and business analytics, finance and medicine. And what is the easiest way to pursue study in USA? Start researching the universities which are providing your interests of study and their requirements. Concentrate on English proficiency test preparations like IELTS and TOEFL. You can start appearing for these tests once you are still in classes 11 or 12, which means from your intermediate. If you receive your ideal scores, send the application and apply for I-20. So, is studying in the USA difficult? No, not exactly. American universities offer a work hard, play hard culture. Classes provide an academically challenging environment with lots of homework and assignments. Many students take part time jobs to help them finish their studies. University athletics are also form a major part of college campus. Studying in the USA means indoor pools, high end labs, massive libraries, and gained sports stadiums. The first taste of independence and living far away from family support is truly a defining moment of your student life in the USA. So, what can I do after my undergraduate studies in the USA? After completing the undergraduate program in the USA, the best way to do an internship as a part of your program. Internships are a direct way to complete for US job offers. Through internships, you can demonstrate skills to your future prospective employers. Curricular practical training will give US work rights if you are on an F1 student visa, allowing you to stay in the country for 60 days after your graduation date. You can also opt for an optional practical training OPT extension or STEM OPT extension to your F1 visa if you want to stay in the US after completing your graduation, after you graduate. So, we are here ready to help, guide, and provide the students with professional services, and we keep you informed throughout the application and immigration process. From the time you'll submit your application until your visa will be approved, will be extremely helpful and provide you with all our services and guidance. So, study in USA for international students. The USA attracts the largest number of international students around the world every year. It offers excellent career opportunities and cultural diversity. As an international student, to get an admission, you require to submit your transcripts, English proficiency test scores, IELTS or TOEFL, essays, recommendations, and your passport. IELTS exam can be taken throughout the year based on availability of exam center slots at locations near to the students. They should have a passport to write this exam. We can also help set you up for IELTS training with our partner organizations. Study in USA without IELTS. Actually, IELTS exam is a bit tough, but we'll be training you and providing you the coaching. But for many non-native English speaking students, IELTS becomes a tough nut to crack. It is also not a feasible option to attempt IELTS multiple times due to its costs. The application fee would be more and it is practically impossible to write number of times. You can still get an admission in the USA without IELTS if English is one of the core subjects at high school education and if you are ready to get enrolled in the university's in-house intensive language program. But don't really worry about that. We are also offering IELTS coaching services to the students with the most affordable prices in which a middle class student can also go through really easily. So, study in USA consultants. Reaching abroad like the USA is not an easy task, and you certainly need the help of a well known study in the US consultants in India to pursue your dream course abroad. We will guide you and help you with all the procedures required in each and every step. So, we are here to help you with student profile analysis, application or admission assistance, course or university selections, career counseling, financial aid and scholarship, visa guidance, pre departure briefing, and post arrival assistance. We will provide you the assistance and guidance with each and every of the step mentioned here. And to see some of the pros and cons of applying to a foreign university by country, we have chosen some of the countries here. And to see, while every country has its own benefits, they also have some downsides which you must consider before going there. To help you decide, here are some of the pros and cons of 10 most popular countries for the international students. The first one is United States. It is highly known for their high academic standards and there are good support systems for international students. The only difficult task is to crack the exam as many universities require to take SAT, ACT, TOEFL and IELTS exams. United Kingdom. Many universities have rigorous and reputable programs, and it's a good choice for international students since the cities are multicultural. But the living costs are quite high in UK. The students are encouraged to study more independently. Canada. Most of the country's 1 and 2 year programs are highly regarded since they focus on hands on experience and job readiness. And the disadvantage to talk about the country Canada is the major cities have cold winters, which can be a major adjustment for international students. Australia. Australia has a plenty of reputable programs and warm climate for those who hate the cold. And to talk about the disadvantages, you will need to be financially stable as there are only fewer scholarship opportunities for international students in Australia compared to any other countries. France. A big selling point is affordability. Some cities have low cost transportation and accommodations which are student friendly, and financial aid is also easily available for France. One drawback is that the language barrier when chatting with anyone of the outside of your program. Russia. As the country is trying to bring in more international students, the government offers scholarships for high achieving international students. The other perks are low cost of living, high quality education for natural sciences. If you want to go opt for natural sciences, it is better to research on Russia. And the downsides are language barriers, same as we discussed before, and lack of job opportunities upon the graduation. But you could find Some. Germany. The country has an excellent education system, and in some cases, the tuition is free for international students seeking to study abroad. The cost of living can be quite low in Germany, but the German language is difficult to master. But if you keep up, then it is a great place to study. Japan. Japan has some of the best universities in the world for those who want to study technology. And drawbacks are it is a work centric attitude, high cost of living, and language barriers. Spain. Spain is known for its fine wishes and friendly people. There are plenty of high rated universities and various scholarships, so you are not sacrificing education for fun and ambience. And the downsides are a constant heavy traffic, costly accommodations, and language barriers. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of studying in these countries for master's degree. Cultural adaptation and support services. So this includes dealing with the cultural shock and available support services for international students. The students must have to research about these things after selecting a destination and after planning the financial aid. Also, if there is a difficulty in going through this step, we are there to help you. This includes research and embrace the culture, learn the language, and be open minded and respectful, engage in cultural activities, seek support from international student services, build a diverse social circle, explore and travel. Alumni experiences. So, the success stories and lessons learned from the students who studied abroad. Alumni experiences in abroad education provide valuable insights to the impact of studying in a foreign country. So, in their experiences, they will be sharing about cultural enrichment, academic excellence, career opportunities, personal growth and independence, networking and global connections, language proficiency, cultural exchange, adaptability to change, global citizenship, and memorable experiences during their study. And to see some of the key benefits of overseas education, first one is see the world. The biggest reason you should consider a study abroad program is the opportunity to see the world. By studying abroad, you will experience a brand new country with incredible new outlooks, customs, and activities. The benefits of studying abroad include the opportunity to see new terrains, natural wonders, museums, and landmarks of your host nation. In addition, when you are abroad, you won't be limited to traveling in just the nation in which you are studying. You can see the neighboring countries as well. For example, if you study in France, you'll have an option to travel through the various parts of Europe, including London, Barcelona, and Rome, in education. Another reason you might consider studying abroad is for the chance to experience different styles of education. By enrolling in a study abroad program, you'll have the chance to see a side of your major that you may not have been exposed at home. Education is the centerpiece of any study abroad trip it is. After all, a study abroad program and choosing the right school is very important factor. Hone your language skills. In addition to the considerable language practice you will just get in day-to-day life, your host university will likely offer a language courses to provide you with a lot more formal education in career opportunities. When you finish your study abroad program and return home, you will return with a new perspective on culture, language skills, and a great education and a willingness to learn. Needless to say, all of these are very attractive to the future employers. If you can relate, you will find that a local education will be very valuable when searching for a potential job in that country. Personal development. There is nothing quite like being on your own in a foreign country. You might find that studying abroad really brings out your independent nature. Students who study abroad become explorers of their new nation and really discover the curiosity and excitement that they harbor. A benefit to studying abroad It is the opportunity to discover yourself while gaining an understanding of a different culture. And finally, life experience. Why study abroad? For most students, this time may be the only opportunity that they ever get to travel abroad for a long period of time. For example, even if you take tourism for a country, it would be just a few months or mostly a few days. But if you go on abroad for a long period of time, you need to choose to study there, and eventually you will find up a job and career, and the opportunity to study abroad may turn out to be once in a lifetime opportunity. So don't miss this. And these are some of the advantages of studying abroad, and the benefits of this experience can't be really experienced or explained in a short period of time. So boost your language skills as you live in another country. Get out of your comfort zone and meet people from different places of the world, and at the same time get the best education. So take this opportunity to travel the world with no commitments but to study and learn about new cultures. Studying abroad is an experience like unlike any other experiences. And living in another country exposes you to things you cannot experience in your home country, and in the future it will help you to stand out from the competition as you apply for jobs, and your experience of studying abroad is something that you can really share on your resume. So that is what I want to say all about overseas education. And thank you everyone. Thanks for your patience, and thanks for listening to all the stories that I shared to you. Now I would like to convey my vote of thanks for today's session. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Tilak Babu sir for organizing this amazing webinar, which is really helpful to all the aspirants who are aiming to study abroad. And I thank our project head, Mr. Rajesh, for all his help and support throughout each and every step. And I thank Professor Rajshekar sir for his support through the planning and timely suggestions. And I would like to thank Mr. Tarun and all the members of the team Skill Activate for the technical support and management. And finally, I extend my thanks to all the audience for making this event a huge success with your presence and interaction. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining. And if you have any doubts or queries regarding this, please post your questions in the chat box. Thank you, sir. Please connect with us on skillacquire.com and YouTube channel, Instagram, and Facebook. We are having different social media platforms. Please connect with us for more information and latest happenings and more updates. And we are going to organize a internship in the month of January. And to avail discount coupons on that internship, we'll be releasing the coupon codes into the social media platforms. And Please get them through those. Thank you. In the chat box, we can see the some of the participants asking for a certificate, and this is just an awareness program, and there won't be any certificate issued for this session. It's an awareness program on overseas education. It's not a webinar or it's not any technology related subject, so there won't be any certificate providing for this session. So thanks for joining.